You may have heard the saying that honey is nature's perfect food, and without doubt it is. But we're going to tell you how and why honey is so important and how it gets into a jar like this from a hive like this. So we went to the experts. Taylor Jackson is here with Pigeon Mountain Trading Company. Taylor, thanks so much for having us down.
No problem.
First of all, tell us why bees and honey are so vitally important.
Well, the reason that bees are important is because they pollinate a third of our food supply.
A third?
A third. And it's not things like jackfruit and papaya that we don't eat very often. It's staples that we use every day in our, in our kitchen and our diet. One thing that would be gone without honeybees: chocolate, coffee, avocados, all the squash plants, things that we eat every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you've been doing this for a number of years, and I said a moment ago, I want to find out what happens inside a hive and how you get it from there into here. All right, Taylor, I'm curious about how and what goes on in here, so let's get started. Are you ready?
Yeah. So just lift that lid right up and set it to the side. So what you're kind of seeing here is a mix of all the different workings that go on in the beehive. So what we're going to do is pull a frame out.
Okay.
And I will explain what's going on that frame.
All right.
Okay? So.
Can I help do anything?
Yeah, give me just a second. Let me pop this loose, and then you can use our frame gripper and pull that frame right out.
All right.
So you just slide it right down on top of this frame. The bees will move, don't worry.
I don't want to hurt them, and I don't want to make them mad.
Yeah, that tool is designed to scoot bees out of the way instead of clamping down on them. So let's take a look at this frame. You can go ahead and let go of that. So, don't know if y'all can see here. This is what we call a brood frame.
It's called a what now?
A brood frame.
Okay.
Yeah, so that means it's full of like young bees, so larvae and eggs and things like that. And that's what all of these capped cells are, all this yellow capping. There's larvae under there that are pupating to become adult bees.
Right. How many bees will a hive just this size typically hold?
This hive here probably has between 20 and 30,000 bees in it right now.
Wow.
A really established hive will have anywhere from like 50 to 80,000 bees.
Per hive?
Per hive. This is a frame. So come over here with me. You see how these cells are not capped over?
Correct.
Most of these are full of nectar. So what they do is they go out and they forage and they find nectar on flowers. They bring it back in here and deposit it into the cells. And actually how they make the honey is a bee will stand in front of the cell and fan their wings.
Right.
And that's how they dehydrate the nectar and make it into honey.
So how much time are you talking about from the time the bees go out and forage, come back to the hive, until we have something in the jar?
I have seen bees fill up one of these frames in just a few days. And one of these will hold 5 to 7 pounds of honey.
Wow.
So there's a potential to get 5 or 7 jars of honey from this frame.
And nutritionally, honey is wonderful.
Yes. The thing about the honey we sell here at Pigeon Mountain, it's not heated, so it's not processed. So when you eat that honey, you're taking in all of your local pollen the bees get nectar from, and it's got a lot of other medicinal uses as well.
Right. Taylor, tell me this. If someone wants to get started in the art and the science of beekeeping, you do classes down here, correct?
Yes.
Doesn't matter how much experience you have or don't have, those of you down here at Pigeon Mountain Trading Company can help them out.
Yeah, actually most people who do my classes have never been in a beehive before. So I get to introduce them and put them in a beehive for the first time, which is pretty cool to me.
What do you need to actually get started equipment-wise? Not the bees, but the actual equipment.
So to get started, just your standard beginner kit. We actually have kits here. So, and that comes with a complete hive. So one of these, but just a little bit bigger.
Right.
And you're gonna get a hat and veil like what I'm wearing, gloves like these, you're gonna get tools to go with it, a smoker if you use a smoker, and what we call our Beekeeping for Dummies book, which is our most popular one. And that one's really great for people getting started. It's very easy to read and understand.
And of course, even after the classes, folks can stop by or call you if they have a question or something along those lines, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things I kind of pride us on, is we're always available to answer questions. I've spent, I know, up to 45 minutes or an hour on the phone with people before, just helping them out with their issues or trying to understand what's going on with their hive specifically, and just kind of getting them through it.
And Just to set the record straight, you don't have to have a farm or acreage out in the country to have an active and productive beehive.
No, I have a client that's got his strapped to his apartment building, just on the balcony of his apartment.
A lot of the bigger cities are doing that. Commercial buildings are allowing beekeepers to put their hives on top of the building, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. A cool thing about honeybees, they'll travel within a 5-mile radius to find food. So these bees are going 2.5 miles one way just to get food and bring it back here.
And they know where to return to.
Yes, each honeybee will come back to their hive.
This has been so much fun. We're going to visit with you over the coming weeks, so we'll be back next week with Taylor and the folks here from Pigeon Mountain Trading Company. Taylor, thanks so much. If you want to get into beekeeping, whether you're an established keeper or you're just getting started, check out the experts. They are at Pigeon Mountain Trading Company right here in the heart of downtown Lafayette. I'm Chip Chapin. We'll be back next week with more from Pigeon Mountain, and we will also be back right after this quick time out with more Let's Chat.